Just imagine you bought tickets to see the most renowned orchestra in the whole world. You've bought your fancy clothes from some fancy place and have even rented the best hairdresser in the country to freshen your boring locks. You look amazing. You're now waiting for the limo to come and pick you up. The golden watch from your wrist is making you giddy with excitement. You finally arrive. You know you're going to have an awesome time. You quickly order some food, caviar, obviously, and rush to your seat. The room turns black. Posh hands begin to clap. Velvet red curtains open. The spotlight's on. And there, standing in the middle of a stage, is a monotonous cymbal playing. You're kind of confused. You wait, thinking some instruments are going to magically appear. A whole hour goes by, and nothing. No strings, no brass, no woodwinds, not even percussion makes an appearance. Before you know it, the show is over. It's time to go home. What just happened? Formal education, as you know of today, was, for a long time, only for a privileged few. This means a lot of the history we read today only comes from one voice. The holder of the pen held power to create a narrative that mirrored his experiences. But now literacy levels are progressively improving at the global rate of 4% every 5 years, so is education. Education is leading to a better quality of life, better health, more wealth, a vast pool of knowledge, and technology. Who here loves reading? Well, I do. Ask my parents. I can devour a book in one sitting. Authors, well, I love them too, because from the comfort of my home, I can travel far and wide and even assume to be the hero of the story. Did you know that the journey some authors had to take just to get their books published was long and daunting? A Tale of Two Cities, a classic by Charles Dickens. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. Back then, when the book was published, it was only one gender that was allowed to print their books. Many women, like Mary Ann Evans, even had to create a pen name, George Eliot, just to get their work taken seriously and appeal to both genders. Aha! Now I can hear string instruments joining in. Thankfully, this changed when women like Louisa May Alcott, author of the classic Little Women, was not afraid at all to publish her book using her true identity and to sing in her authentic voice. Oh my, yes, can you hear the percussions now joining in? Can you feel the rhythm starting to flow? Education is now spreading around the world. People of different races are finally joining in, like Toni Morrison and Steve Biko. Oh yes, I think it's loud and clear the brass instruments have finally joined in. Today, I can look in the mirror and see an author who looks just like me, an author who has shared in my experiences. Okay, I can't actually read all her books yet. Well, I'm talking about Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, who has been nominated and won many awards for her writing. Finally, the education orchestra is complete with the woodwinds. Today, a more diverse group of people can create content that reflects their unique experiences and voices. The platforms to share this content are vast and fast. Today, because of technology, we can self-publish books and we can create videos that share our story. So now, my story ends with the focus moving from the instruments and the musicians to the symphony being played and the harmony they created, to the music that plays in our hearts way long after the concert is over. We have a responsibility to make sure we write our truth. Future generations will read and learn a story that is rich in flavor, deep in truth, and diverse in its knowledge. You and I no longer need an invitation, fancy clothes from a fancy place, beautiful hair, and a limo to arrive at the education orchestra. Your opinion, your experience, and your voice is valued. Your ticket is education. You and I can now leave a legacy. Thank you.